So to speak about the matchup now, I did want to also learn a little bit about you and your background. I believe you're from Ohio, and I've been seeing a lot that you're like a state champion. Is that like on the high school level and stuff?
Yeah, state champion high school and Ironman champ um, from Ohio. Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct.
Like how many state titles did you earn?
I won freestyle, Greco, and folk style, so three, I guess.
Okay. And a one-time state champion in high school?
Yeah,
Okay. Did you happen to make it to the tournament, the state tournament, like in your freshman, sophomore, junior year by chance?
yeah, I placed all 4 years.
Okay. And then you just won it your senior year.
No, I won it my junior year, and then I won Ironman my senior year, and my only loss my senior year was actually in overtime in the state finals.
Okay. Damn. Crazy. Who
Yeah,
beat you, by the way? Is he like a well-known guy?
nah, he's a nobody.
Oh, okay. And then after high school, you competed D1 or what?
Yeah, I went to Cleveland State. I was freshman of the year there, and then I redshirted my sophomore year, and then junior year I dropped out. So I only had one chance to really qualify for the NCAAs. That was my true freshman year. I ended up wrestling a fifth year senior, Chance Marsteller, who was pretty good. I lost to him by a takedown. And in the league we were in, you had to win the tournament to qualify. So unfortunately, taking that loss to him, I didn't qualify.
Okay. And then you redshirted your sophomore year in college,
Yup.
but then you just stopped wrestling after your junior year, or you said you dropped out?
I dropped out halfway through the first semester, I believe, my junior year.
Hmm. What was the reason for that?
I just kind of lost the love for the sport. I had different ideas of what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go in life. And there wasn't any money to be made with wrestling. And I'm certainly not the person to want to work a 9 to 5. So I knew I was going to work for myself anyways. So I always wanted to be a fitness influencer. So, for me, like, it's very important, whatever it is that I want to do. I'll do it. I'm like a chameleon, like I'm changing. It don't matter how good I am at something. If there's something else I want to do, I'm gonna go do it. And that's what I essentially did. I just feel like life is too short not to do what you want to do. So I could never work for somebody else. Like I have to work for myself. I knew that, I went to college just to wrestle, but then I was like, well, what is wrestling really gonna do for me? How can I make money with that, right? Come to move to LA, doing fitness content. Then I missed wrestling, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't I do wrestling content, right? So then I put together what I was good at, brought it to the internet, and now make money off it more than all these college wrestlers probably do. Um, well, actually, they get paid now, so it's different than when I was in college.
Yeah, because the NILs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long did it take you to start kind of profiting from the time you dropped out till you kind of started getting some traction?
Yeah, so when I dropped out, I moved home for a year because I always wanted to coach my little brother. He was on the high school team. So before I moved to LA, I told myself I was going to do that. I did that. I had a good job working for my uncle. I was getting comfortable in life, and that kind of scared me. When I'm comfortable, I know that that's not good because you're not growing when you're comfortable. And I knew if I ever wanted to go to LA that I had to leave now. So I coached my brother for a year, moved out to LA. It was rough. I moved out there. I had no family. I knew nobody. Just all on my own, right? So, dude, I had a job working at LA Fitness. I had a job working at Olive Garden. I had a job.
I used to work at Olive Garden.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I was a server.
The breadsticks, some fire breadsticks, eh?
Bro, the unlimited salad and soup, it's a bitch. People don't think that's a hard job. It's kind of low key, kind of hard.
Yeah, man, they keep you working. But anyways, it was a grind, man. I was a cook at Universal Studios. I was a valet, and it wasn't easy. But the type of person I am, it's like if I commit to something and I want to do something, I find a way to make it happen. So I wasn't gonna be running home back to mom and dad. I was gonna figure it out one way or another. Um, Hold up, Can you hear me? I got a call there.
Yeah, you're chilling. It glitched for a second, but you're good.
Okay. Yeah. So, I was going to figure it out regardless. So, all you have is time in this world. And so if you pick something that you're good at and you want to achieve it, and you're motivated and you're a dedicated person, no matter what it is that you pick, regardless of what she says or he says, you can make it happen. A lot of people told me not to move to LA, that, I need to get a 9 to 5, that I need to come to reality, whatever. They say that stuff because they care about you, they love you. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's meant for you. And I felt like that was my calling from God. That was my vision that God gave me. And maybe that's why they couldn't see it, because it was meant for me and not them. So it's like, whatever you want to do, like, go do it. Life's too short to work behind a desk for somebody else or do something you don't enjoy. And the government really, the way the system's set up is they trap you, right? You work a 9 to 5, and you it that the all those people, the government makes it easier for other people that go outside the roles, right? Because all those people are trapped in the system, and then so the few that go out have a much better chance than others, right? So that's just what's this say? I just got a message. It says, "I'd love to pin you down." It's one
Oh.
of my fans. I get all kinds of messages.
There you go. No, that's a really dope perspective, honestly. From the comfort thing you spoke about, not liking to be comfortable. A lot of people, I think they have an adverse reaction to being uncomfortable. And it's also kind of a failure to realize that no, in this moment of uncomfort, if you can get past it, there's a lot of evolution on the other side.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like I said too, like it wasn't easy. To get back to your question, how long did it take me to have success? It wasn't until about a year and a half ago, that I really started having success. So I was out there in LA for 3 years trying to figure it out, man, working
And you
different
were viral.
jobs.
You'd been viral for like over a year and a half.
Yeah, I've been viral for probably like 2.5 years, but the views, they pay you a little bit, right? But it's everything else, the business side of things, right? So um it's not always what people think.
Mhm, for sure. So what was it, the ad revenue started coming in more, or you got, like, a sponsorship and you were able to start, like, slowly work less and, like, rely more on the content?
Yeah, kind of both, right? The views help. You get paid from the views. I mean, the platforms really don't pay you much. Like, you would think that you get paid with sponsorships and different business avenues that I'm involved in behind the scenes that don't involve wrestling. Just connecting. LA is a great place to meet people, right? I always tell people, you got everything and anything in LA. You got your worst nightmare and your wildest dreams. You go out there and you choose what you make it. So if you get in the wrong crowd, you're going to end up like one of these homeless people on the streets. You get in the right crowd, you're going to end up in one of these houses in Beverly Hills. So you got to really just it's hard to lose yourself out there because there's so much going on. So you just got to remember who you are and what you came out there to do. And that's something I never lost sight of. I have goals in life, and I'm only getting started. For me, I have so much more I want to do. Like, I'm just literally starting. This is just touching the beginning. So
Well, you've only been, getting the bread for a year and a half, so it's definitely just the beginning. A lot more to come. But, I
yeah,
just wanna say I respect, and admire, the hard work and the success that's come out of it, for sure. So
thank you.
congratulations on the platform and all your, accomplishments.
Appreciate that. I'm very happy that I'm able to do what I love and promote the sport of wrestling. I feel like it's a very unrecognized sport, and so there's really nobody else out there promoting the sport in the way I am. And I think it's really doing well for the wrestling community. I get all kinds of support and love messages from people, just saying they love what I'm doing for the sport and the community. And it makes me really happy to know that I was able to make it happen, and that I was able to figure it out, and really just do something I love, and promote the best sport in the world, which is wrestling.
Yeah, for sure. And, how old are you by chance?
I'm 27.